So this is my chair, Nana. Just a second for the projector.
It's working. Sorry. Could go over here. Okay.
So this is my inspiration. So Nana is one of my favorite characters, and she's a really cool and cute girl, and she has her own dream. She knows what she needs, and she knows what she can do. And she brings people happy, but sometimes she just hurts people she loves because of her really strong personality. So if she wants to do something, no one could stop her.
Sounds like my wife.
It does. It sounds like his wife.
So Nana is a chair that can evoke users' own Nana in their minds while sitting on it. So in another word, for some people, it's a chair to fund themselves. So here's some features. So the angles that are created by the seat and back is like a 105-degree angle that would create really comfortable seating angle structure. And here's the brass joint on the back side. So the brass joint can fold it, like have a flexibility, and it can tilt it approximately 15 degrees. And the legs has like a T-shaped little supporting, so it can create more stability. And actually, you can see the plexiglass. It actually hurts sometimes, but in my project, hurt is also part of the user experience because sweet and bitter exist at the same time.
Does the chair come with band-aids, with plasters?
Yeah. So, as you can see, the plexiglass can create a really cool shadow with the light. When you project your light at a different angle, it will just project shadow all over the place. And from your own
Nice presentation. I'd say postmodernism lives on, I guess.
Well, yeah, I think the flexible joint here is really my favorite part of the whole chair. I think that as far as the execution goes on the ergonomic side of it, that it feels a little too tight. It's very short here, and there's a lot of give in that flexibility to get you to that 105 degrees, and it's also the height of it is a little awkward. This angle here too is a little awkward. If pain is indeed part of this experience, then I think we succeeded. But I love watching that action of it, finding its home where it needs to be. It is definitely a painful experience.
Yeah, I guess it's not like a normal product chair. It's more about fun. And also, I create a little logo here. So every logo has its own unique number. So if you buy one of those, you got your own really unique chair.
Yeah, that's my second favorite thing actually is the logo. I like that you have a tag.
I think less than the logo, I'd be more concerned, sorry to be very practical, but you're sitting in a chair, and I'm questioning a little bit the structure of its leg when I see it wanting to pop out all the time. So I don't know what's going on here, but I think it needs to be much more stable.
I mean, it's hard for me to evaluate a piece like this because, to me, design is is an exploration of sellability, marketability, economics, materiality, all of these things that come together, as well as need. And I think need is really the first thing I always look at. Why are we doing this? From a micro level, the company that I'm working with doesn't have this particular type of thing and they need it to compete against their competitors. Or on a broader scale, does the market need something like this? So that's how I evaluate products, and that's how I make products better, by always analyzing all of those things along the way. This to me is, like you said, it's a fine art exercise, but I think the word design is used very loosely, because design and art aren't the same thing at all. For me, design is in a lot of ways a numbers game. Can we make this, right? Like when you see designers who are using 4x8 sheets, saying, listen, we can get 6 pieces out of it. We can get 6 stools, 6 chairs, 6 whatever, out of one piece of $100 plywood. That's design. There's no consideration of a lot of those things. So it's hard for me, and I get why, but it's hard for me to really evaluate it, because this isn't a world that I get it, and I've done plenty of it, but it's not a world that I focus on. It's not a world that my opinion doesn't really matter.
I guess the confusing part is that you didn't approach this project as a fine art project until yesterday or the day before. This was a design project for a chair until yesterday or whatever, and then it became a fine art project for some reason. But it went through the same process of design, so that's why it's very confusing all of a sudden for everybody. And you throw it out in your presentation like this is a fine art project, and then why are we even talking about it? You should go somewhere else and discuss it in the fine arts building, right?
Yeah, but I found this word is really inspirational because, for the car collection, some car have the really conceptual pieces. So maybe for my chair is the conceptual piece, but maybe I can create a whole collection. So maybe just eliminate some part of it and maybe make some part more stronger, to make it really practical and comfortable.
Right. No, yeah, car companies have conceptual works, but all of that is to gather information as to what they can do next to it. So, but you also see it in concept kitchens. Every 2 years in Milan, there's a big kitchen show, and you see this crazy conceptual kitchen. But then on the other side of the space, you see that concept drawn out into reality. And so, this on its own doesn't. There's nothing I can speak to, but if you show what the concept is in a simplified version, maybe there's something to evaluate.
Yeah, the nana part is really this, which is an add-on to your chair. So if the chair itself was more of a nana concept, then it might have some relation to your presentation. But it's the chair itself. If you were to take that away, it's not echoing what you have, except for maybe the paint on the back.
But also, I'd rather see it without the plexiglass.
Yeah.
It would be, for me, more interesting. It's too much. There's too many things going on.
It's been very exciting until the plexiglass showed up for me, and we've been having these discussions, and what you were talking about was it's a very wacky, strange proportion chair made of strange individual pieces that don't seem to make sense in a new avant-garde way. And you were even talking about a paint scheme of diamonds and different things, but the chair remains a playful, weird, strange, children's chair for an avant-garde child, right? And that is very interesting, and then the plexiglass stuff shows up, and who knows what it is anymore, right? It's not avant-garde anymore, it's not something that we can learn from in terms of an experiment. It becomes a fine art piece, right?
We need to move on.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.